Hi, welcome, I'm Hannah, and I am back to swatch out more Looxi shadows on my eyes. So far, I've swatched the Halloween Treats collection, the Snow Angels collection, the Butterfly Kisses collection, and the new Auroras that dropped kind of recently. And today I'm going to swatch the Ice Cream Social 1 and 2. These shadows are currently out of stock on their website, but they are still listed, which means they probably will be coming back. And also you're able to sign up for email notifications and then they just email you when they're back. They're $3. These I've had for some time, so I know that at least like 2 of these are shadows that I think of as like jewels in my collection. Really excited about them, but I'm always kind of trying to get to know my collection better and try to definitively see what's good and what's worth decluttering. So yeah, I'm excited to hop in. I'm gonna start out with the Ice Cream Social 1. This shade is Cookie Dough. There is like a little bit of residue in here just from it being in my palette, but this just looks like a very light neutral shadow. The website describes it as Cookie Dough is a multi-dimensional iridescent shade with shifts of blue, green, pink, and purple. This one feels super chunky and shimmery on my finger, which I love. That's just so reflective. This is so pretty. On my eyes, I don't have any primer, but I do have a little bit of concealer just from when I was putting my base on. I'm always impressed with some of their light shades, how pigmented they are, that I kind of expect sometimes these really light shades to kind of sheer out. And this really does pack a punch. I think this one makes like a really pretty inner corner shade. I even sometimes like using these light shimmers to kind of blend other shimmers together when I want like an intense shimmery look. Yeah, Cookie Dough, I like it. Next up is Bubblegum. This one just looks like a light pink with, or maybe like a bubblegum medium pink with light shimmer. This one doesn't look as foily as Cookie Dough did. The website describes it as a pink stunner with shifts of green, gold, and purple. It does look kind of multi-dimensional when I pick it up on my finger. Yeah, interesting that when it feels smoother, but it really looks like just as reflective, I think. And it does look like it's shifting, like, I guess they're calling that green. I would probably call it yellow, but it really is multi-dimensional. This shade's really pretty. Yeah, I think it's an interesting shade. It really does just come up as a pink, but it has some really interesting reflex in there. Alright, I'm a little pleased that I thought it was going to be more of like one of those kind of like bland, sheer, balmy kind of shadows that Looxi sometimes does. But it really looks like the ultra shimmery shadow from them that I really like. So next are 2 blues that I'm actually pretty excited to see the difference between. I guess we'll start with the one that looks less spectacular, but I could be surprised like Bubblegum surprised me. This one is Screwball. It just looks like a light icy blue. The website describes it as a pastel blue with shifts of periwinkle and pink. I do see the pink on my finger. Yeah, maybe you can't. Maybe you can a little bit. Yeah, maybe you can't. It is the most like what I would call sheer. It's also not like quite as reflective or multi-dimensional as these 2. I see the periwinkle tone more in my eye. I think it's a fine shade. It doesn't blow my socks off. Is that the phrase? It doesn't blow me out of the water. It doesn't knock my socks off, that's it. But I think it's pretty. I could see myself using it as like a, you know, an inner third shade or an inner corner shade. Yeah, it's okay. I think knowing this, if I was going to place an order from Looxi, if I suddenly lost all of them, I probably would not repurchase this. But since I have it, I think it's fine. And the last one from this first Ice Cream Social collection is called Snow Cone. This one just looks like a slightly, maybe like slightly more teal. To compare, this one is Screwball and this one's Snow Cone. So they do look pretty similar in the pan, but Screwball is definitely slightly lighter. Snow Cone is described on the website as a baby blue shade with shifts of pinkish red and green. It feels very foily. Yeah, it definitely looks way more green than this one. This one, I'm even seeing the pink a lot more, and this one's coming up very green. This one's really pretty. Yeah, seeing them side by side, they're like completely different experiences, even though they look so similar in the pan. This one definitely has more of that like reflective micro shimmer. It looks more kind of like glowy in a way, like I feel like it really stands out in my face. I like how it catches the light a lot, and it looks very kind of like greenish, robin's egg blue. Yeah, I really like Snow Cone. And it's interesting also looking at this one from the side, it does look very lavender on the eye now. Interesting. So now we're gonna get into the Ice Cream Social 2, which I kind of think of as the better of the two collections, even though some of those first shadows are really good too. First one up is Salted Caramel. I think it does have a couple little speckles in there, please disregard. This one does look very similar to that first shadow in the other collection, and it's just described as a golden sister to our famous and popular cookie dough, which is the first one in the other collection. I'm gonna try to swatch this one under that one. Yeah, I think maybe it is slightly more golden, but they are very similar. So pretty. I probably do like this one a little bit better. I feel like this one's really sparkly and reflective. I don't think you could go wrong with either of them. If one's in stock and not the other, I think they both provide a really similar effect, and they're both really pretty. This next one I haven't used in a while, but I think of it as one of my favorite shadows in my whole eyeshadow collection. It's really blown me away. This one's RockyRoad. It's very multi-dimensional. I'm excited to swatch it because I can't even remember what I loved about it. It's described as a gorgeous, magnificent shade that speaks for itself. So they're not really telling you much here. That's it swatched out. If I didn't already know I loved this, I probably wouldn't be sold just from this swatch here. But let's put it on the eye, shall we? Okay, so this one is really pretty. It's like a brown base with looks like some like yellowy orange and maybe green reflex to it. I really like it, but also in my Halloween treats swatch video, I swatched two that were both kind of like a brownie base with like a really magnificent shine on top of it. And I don't know if I love this one more than those. Those really blew me away. It was Adorbsy and Honey Pot. I'm gonna link that down below. Yeah, I don't want to say this one's not magnificent, because I think this one is really pretty and gorgeous and reflective and multidimensional, but I think it's worth remembering that there are other really beautiful, brown, shimmery, multi-dimensional options from Looxi. There's two more, and I was interested in swatching these together because if my memory serves me, there is one that looks bluish, but I believe it swatches more purple, and then one that looks more purple, and I believe it swatches more bluish. So we'll test that out. This one is Mint Chip. It looks like a very light blue in the pan. It also kind of looks like one of those smoother formula ones that I don't always like as much, but sometimes they surprise me. This is described as a beautiful minty shade that shifts seamlessly. Yeah, this one, at least from the swatches, it feels like the most lackluster out of all of them so far. It doesn't even have that much color to it. Yeah, you see what I mean already about it coming up more lavender? I think I'm going to declutter this one. I think it is kind of similar to this blue up here, which was Screwball from the first collection, that it's a blue that looks more like lavender, but I think it looks a lot better in this one. And these kind of smoother ones aren't my favorite formula. I don't need two where one's better and one's worse. I think I'm going to remove this one from my collection. And the last one up, which I think I like this one a lot, this one's Ube, I believe it's pronounced. It looks like a really pretty shimmery lavender, which I love, and it's described as a stunning light purple, a mermaid's dream. I really have quite a dent in this. Can you see that dent? She's gotten some love. But yeah, it doesn't look as purple in the swatch. Kinda though. Very reflective. This is so pretty. Wow. Alright, this is more intense than I remember. This one's gorgeous. I think this is my favorite out of all 8 of them. Yeah, I have no words. This is an incredible $3 shadow. Beautiful. I want to rank these, but I'm not sure if I'm equipped to. Alright, really off the cuff? Off the cusp? Off the cuff. Off the cuff. I'm gonna say Ube is number 1. Ube. Number 2, I think I'm going to say is Snow Cone from the first collection. I think number 3 is going to be RockyRoad, which probably would be higher if I didn't have those other more similar Looxi ones. So I'm kind of surprising myself by making that number 3. I think number 4 I'm going to say is Screwball, which I'm kind of surprised with myself for, but I really like that kind of like lavender glow to it. I think it's very pretty. 5 and 6 are going to be a tie for these 2 sparkly ones, that cookie dough and salted caramel. Yeah, these are very similar to me, so I'm going to rank them together. Number 7 is that pink. I like it, but it just doesn't blow me away. And the number 8 is that mint chip that I decluttered. And that's everything for today. If you like this, if you like indie shadow content, there's a ton more on the way. Please give me a like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. And that's everything. Bye.
Ryan Little. Yoga.